Hello friends and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John and this is Timberborn. Like and subscribe if you would be so kind. We would be most grateful. Okay, let's get going. What are we doing? Well, we are still waiting for this here Repopulator to be constructed. We're about a quarter of the way through getting all the treated planks. A little over a quarter of the way through getting all the metal blocks. In terms of the actual resources, we've got 180 treated planks in storage. You may notice that that's not enough. We have 320, give or take, metal blocks. Also, not enough. But we are making them. That's the main thing. It's just gonna, take a while. Over here, we are continuing with the new project. I've extended all the way out to here. Haven't yet decided how far we're going to go. I mean, in theory, we could come all the way up to about here, couldn't we? You know what, let's do that. Let's bring this out a touch more. Just keep going. Oh, that way. We'll bring the paths along, obviously. And then we're going to need to think about getting up here and using some dynamite. And speaking of dynamite, we've got a little bit here to set off, just to lower this down to its regulation depth. There we go. And we're already building. Excellent stuff. Obviously, we need to bring this down as well. We'll need to bring this little section down. Let's set those explosives up, shall we? So, tier 1 on there. Tier 2 in there. And I've built this little bridge so they can actually get across without having to worry about it. Okay, now what are we going to do here? I mean, this needs to come down like 5 tiles. These need to come down at least 3 tiles. And we're going to need to bring the space either side down as well, especially on this side to get the power connected up. On this side, we can connect the power structure directly to the back of these wheels. Yeah, okay, right. So let's bring these paths back a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so like that. And like that. And then we'll start laying in some explosives. Oh, we're going to need to get up here as well, aren't we? There we go. Right. In other news, well, there isn't a lot. We're about halfway through the drought. Water levels are dropping, not massively quickly. We've still got a little bit of water over here. I've completely forgotten to turn these pumps off. That was a rookie error, wasn't it? So we may have some problems with water later on in the drought. Let's hope not. Let's turn these off as well. We're probably going to be okay, right? I mean, we've got plenty of water. We could actually just pause all of the water pumps bringing water into the main districts, couldn't we? We'll leave a couple on there. We'll leave that one on over there. And I'll keep an eye on it and make sure we've got enough water in stock. But with nearly 7,000, we should be fine. What have we got? 290 beavers in total. So that's about 600 water a day, something like that. We'll be fine. Boom time. Okay, last day of the drought. How are we doing? Not too bad. We haven't taken any more water out there. We're still over 5,500 water in storage. So it doesn't look like we're going to have any problems there. We've lost a little bit of water here. We've lost quite a lot of water out of here. But we are just about maintaining. So that's okay. We've got enough water in here to keep our mangroves growing, which is good. Over here, we've completed this first section of our... thank you, autosave. Of our channel. We've got a little bit of explosive action to sort out. There we go. Right, that's brought most of it down to roughly where we want it to be. Obviously, we need to bring this down the rest. I haven't brought down, obviously, the paths yet. How far do we want to go? That's probably too far, isn't it? Yeah, we'll probably want to turn it round before then. So if we come up to about here, turn it round there. Okay. Okay. So we'll need steps up onto there, and then we need to bring all of this down. There, and everything in the middle as well, obviously. Okay, so that's... We only need one wide in the middle, don't we? Because we can stick the power wheel. Let's get rid of some of those bits of path there. Because we can pop these other power wheels like that, can't we? I mean, we can't fit it in there, but like that, and they'll connect directly up with the power wheel on that side. Yeah, okay, so this, if we mark it in with a path, that's going to be the second channel down through there. Yeah. Okay, right. Yes, I'll get this laid in to the best of my ability, and then we'll be back. Drought's over. We did fine. I've played on until day 6 of this particular cycle. We've got our explosives laid in over here, so we'll set these off. There we go, that's opened that up a bit. Obviously, we still need to bring the central section down and these side sections, so we'll do that first, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll bring these down by 2. Yeah, and that will get us onto this level here, so let's get that set up. And then we need to bring this bit down. How did I miss that? That's going to be a pain. Oh well, never mind. We'll sort it out. So, yes, the channel is going to come up, turn around, and come back this way. So, basically, the outer wall, this section here, is going to come up, across, and then to about there, I think. Yeah. And then down this way. Yes, that's what's going to happen. Okay, I'm just kind of working it out in my head as we go. In fact, we can bring this down another 2 blocks. Yeah, and that one needs to come down 3. So that should set it up in the right sort of area that we want it. Okay, I'll let them get on with that. In other news, everything else is fine. Food-wise, we're okay. Water-wise, we're okay. Our well-being is still hovering around the 50 mark, which is good. Our repopulator down here, as you can see, not a huge amount of progress has been made. We're nearly at 1,000 metal blocks, which is good. So we're nearly halfway there. Still hovering around a quarter of the way through on the treated planks, but that's fine. We have everything we need to keep making the treated planks. Yeah, we've got 2 wood workshops on the case, so yeah, we should be fine. It's just a matter of time. Day 10, and we've got our explosives laid in, so I think this is right. So we'll set them off and see how we go. That looks hopeful. Yeah. All right, we've got our channel up through here, loops round and heads back this way. So we just need to lay in some tier 2 explosives here, like that, and some tier 1 explosives down here, and then we can get back to building across this way. In fact, we'll, for the moment, we'll bring a path across there. Yeah, and we can start building the levees out from this side. There we go. Like that. Path, please. Thank you. Like so. And then we might as well prep these explosives just there, just to square it off. And then we can just keep moving back this way. Okay. I'll spin on again. We'll probably be... I mean, that's obviously going to take a while to do. I'll come back when the explosives are laid in. We'll set those off. But otherwise, it's just going to be building that back towards this end and then turning around and coming back this way again. And then we need to figure out what we're going to do with it. That'll be fun. In terms of everything else, we are still going okay. Power-wise, we have all of the engines on at the moment. And as you can see, we are increasing in power a little bit. This was down to about 30,000 horsepower hours each, which is still, you know, a considerable amount of power in the system, but it's half of what it can store. So yeah, wanted to just boost that back up again. Once we've got this running, I'm hoping that we'll get a considerable amount of power out of here. That's the idea anyway, at least during the bad tide. Yeah, everything else is going absolutely fine. There's no trouble anywhere, no flooding. I was expecting a little bit of flooding down here at the changeover from the drought to the wet season. Didn't happen this time. Don't know why. Haven't done anything differently. It just decided not to flood this time. Who knows? Okay, and we're into another drought. Only going to be 7 days. That shouldn't be a problem at all. But in terms of our new power channel, we've made a bit of progress. A shocking amount, in fact. We're all the way down, back to the bottom again. So all we need to do is set off these explosives. And then these explosives. And then these explosives. And these. Then these. And finally this little section up this end. There we go. Right. So that brings the power all the way up that, the water all the way up this end, swoops it round all the way back there, and now we want to swoop around and come back again. But we're going to need to think about what we're going to do with the power. So the ones on this side are both going to be facing that way. I mean, is there any reason why we can't just daisy chain them together? I can't think of one. Okay, right, well, let's get that started then. Let's bring it around this way again. We'll bring some steps up there. Yeah, we're going to need to come across to here, aren't we? All right, well, let's get rid of this bit of path. And we'll start by coming up that way. This is where the outer wall needs to be, is just here. Yeah. Okay, okay. So all of this needs to be dropped by 3. This needs to be dropped by 4. This needs to be dropped by 3. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'll get that laid in and then I'll get it done. We've got about a day and a half left of the drought. We're doing okay. No problems with food. Water's alright, but I've turned most of the water pumps off and we're just surviving on what we've got in storage. We've got some explosives laid in over here, and I think that setting all of these off will bring all of this section down to exactly where we want it to be. I think. Let's find out, shall we? Okay, now let's have a look. That is perfect. I'm actually quite surprised, but that's fine. Okay. So this needs to come out this way, and then we need to do pretty much the same up here, unless we just want to dump it out here, which is a possibility. We could just bring it down to here and turn it off out that way. I imagine that'll still be quite a lot of power, in theory. Well, let's build out a little bit anyway, because we want to come out to at least there, I would think. And then, I mean, do we just come across there and dump everything off the edge? I mean, it's only bad water we're bringing through here, in theory. Maybe. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. At least for the moment, I'll pop in a couple of platforms there so they can get across slightly easier, and I'll do the same down here. And obviously we'll be removing those once we put the water wheels in. Okay. Okay, how are we doing? The Repopulator. Where are we? It is there. As you can see, progress is being made. The animation is changing, or the image is changing slowly as it's built. We've got 1,344 metal blocks in there now. So we're nearly 3/4 of the way through the metal blocks, nearly half the way through the treated planks. So hopefully by the end of this episode that'll be done. Fingers crossed, eh? Okay, the drought is over, and as you can see, the water is starting to return. We did absolutely fine again. We're down to 4,500 water. That's all right. Still at 12,000 food. No problems there, obviously. Over here, I decided in for a penny, in for a pound, and we're going to go all the way up here and dump off the side of the map there. So we're building steps up so we can get some explosives laid to bring all this down to the right level. Yeah. Power-wise, we are still not doing great. We're still using power more quickly than we're producing it. That should change a little bit once the water returns and starts activating these wheels again. And obviously once these wheels start turning, we'll get a little bit more power. We didn't actually run out of water through here, which is nice. So all of this stayed hydrated. Yeah, we did pretty well that time. Everything else appears to be going okay. There doesn't appear to be any major shortages of anything. Bot parts I'm keeping an eye on. We're running a little low on bots, but we do have all three bot assemblers on. What are you making at the moment? Bot heads. Yeah, that's fine. Balance that out and then we'll put you back on limbs. That's fine. Yeah, that's basically what we're doing. We are now just waiting. Obviously, the Repopulator is still hovering about where it was before. Not a lot's been done to that since the last time we looked at it. Yeah, it's just a case now of waiting for the water to return and waiting for all of this to be done. Day 3, and we got some more explosives. I think this episode is going to be mostly explosives, so let's just get on with it. There we go. Okay, that's brought it down a little bit. Now, this needs to come down too, I think. Yep. So this edge needs to come down by 2. And the rest of it needs to come down by 4. So we'll do it 2 sets of 2, I think. There we go. And we'll probably want to bring a path up so we can actually reach all of that. There we go. Now, we are probably going to want to bring this down as well. Because we're probably going to want to bring the power out this side. Yeah, so we'll want to bring down some of this as well, to at least the level of the path. But we'll deal with that once we've got all of this out of the way. Right then, day 7 and all of this is laid in. I'm bringing this chunk down to the same level as the path. That'll make it easier to get any power we need to out of here. So let's get all this set off. There we go. I slightly messed that up, but not to worry. We can deal with this now. As you can see, I did accidentally put some water through here, but that's fine. This next set needs to go down another 2, just through the centre here, like that. We don't need those on the end there. Right. Yeah, we need to get rid of all of this stair nonsense. Like so. And the same for all of this. There we go. Right, now we can get some stairs up. Okay, we can get some stairs up there if we put a platform in there. Right. Now the path goes along to the end there, and we can bring it along there as well. Okay, so they've got a couple of routes they can take now. And then up here, we'll bring the path along, and this all needs to come down another 2. Like so. We'll get there eventually. Okay, and speaking of getting there eventually, we're at 64% done on our Repopulator. We've got over 1,500 metal blocks, over 1,100 treated planks, so we are definitely making progress. It's just, you know, painfully slow. Everything else I think is going okay. We've switched over this bot part factory to make bot limbs again. We do have plenty of the resources that we need. Oh, have I switched all the water pumps back on? I think I have. Yes, by the looks of it, I have. Good, good, good. How are we doing in terms of population? We have 48 spare beds, 54 unemployed beavers, of which 37 are in this district. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. 11 spare bots. That was the wrong district. That's the one. Incapacitated 1. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So we've got a bot out of energy in this district. There should be a spare bot in here, and I think 2 spare bots over here. Yeah. Oh, just the 1. All right. Fair enough. Okay, then. All I can really do is spin on until this is done. I was trying to figure out where we were going to put the power wheels and the actual power. It's a good question. I think bringing it out of here, down 1 so it's at the same level as this bit, and then bringing it out across on top of this path. Then we can just drop down the power off of the wheels here and join up with it. That should be okay, I think. But I'll wait until everything's sort of laid out before we put that in. I think I'm going to need to get a lumberjack down there to clear out these, well, dying trees. That's annoying. Okay, not a problem though. Not a problem. Okay, I will spin on. Well, having not had any flooding problems last time, we appear to have made up for it this time. It's alright. As you can see, it's already fading back. It's a thing that happens. Doesn't disrupt things too much. And it's already gone. Yeah. That's just how it is. But regardless of flooding, we have all these explosives set up. So let's get these out of the way. There we go. Now all this water should just drain out of here and disappear off the map. Bit of a waste, but never mind. We have plenty. Okay, now we have to think about the actual power, and I am going to have to get something done about these trees. Let's have a look. Let's come down here. Bring a path out, and we're going to have to get across there as well. We'll just mark all of them for demolition. I think that's probably the easiest thing to do. And then we'll do the same down here. And mark all of this for demolition as well. Don't think there are any more in there that are going to cause us a problem. We should be all right. Okay, and then we need to think about where we're going to put the wheels. I'm probably going to move this one. Depends where it sits. What are we looking at? 1, 2, 3. That's going to be the connection point there. So there'll be another centre of a wheel there. So we want this one moved down to about here. Just so it's neat. Okay. I'll wait until these are all out of the way. And then I'll lay in the power wheels. And there's the bad tide. 5 days shouldn't be a problem, but this should switch over. There we go. And it should start flowing through here. And triggering our water wheels. Okay. And we've got 3,000 power coming off of those first 4 wheels. Although, we have a problem. That's flooding. Why is that flooding when it didn't flood when there was water going through it? We made sure that it wasn't flooding when there was water going through it. Huh. Okay. That's annoying. What if we bring this up to half height? Is that going to continue to flood, or are we going to be okay? I mean, it's taking a while for it to all get round, isn't it? What's that dropped to then? Oh, we're still at 3,000. And it's flooding again. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, I don't know what I can do about that. I mean, there is nothing I can do about that. Why is that so much more prone to flooding than with water? I don't know. Huh, okay, well, I mean, it seems to have settled down now with this fully open. I mean, it does mean we've got a tiny bit of contamination in our fresh water here, but that will dilute plenty. Okay, so it is now all flowing off the map, and we're down to 2,500 power. Can we bring this up at all, or is this just going to cause more flooding? Looks like we're okay with that up a bit. Maybe. Okay, around 3,000 power. Alright, that's fine. That, I mean, it's going to have to do, isn't it? We're just going to have to lose some of that bad water this way and keep it flowing through there. Alright, well, I'll continue putting in the power wheels, I suppose. Okay, day 20. We've got 1 day left of the bad tide. Our Repopulator is making good progress. We've nearly got all the metal blocks we need. Just 80 more of those. And another, what, 657 treated planks? Is that right? Yeah, something like that. So we're getting on with that. I don't think it's going to be done by the end of this episode. But it will be done fairly soon in the next episode. But over here we have a bunch of wheels already laid in. So that's 9 in there already. Yeah, 9 wheels in there already. This channel, it turns out, is more than capable of taking all the water from here. We'll just have to be careful with that initial rush. So keep this open to start with, and then close it bit by bit over the first day. And that should be enough, in theory, to ensure that this doesn't overflow. And as I say, where it did overflow, we've got a tiny bit of contamination in our fresh water there, but I don't think that's going to cause us any problems. there's just not enough of it. By the time it gets downstream to where we're actually pumping, there's not going to be any significant contamination in there. Okay, so we're just waiting for these 2 power shafts to be constructed, and then we'll be able to see how much power we're producing on this line. Okay, there we are. That's that last power shaft going in now. There we go. And we have 12,000 horsepower being produced by these wheels. Well, that's quite nice, isn't it? I think we'll get another 3 up here. So we'll have another 6 connected up along there. And then another 7 along there. Yeah, we're going to have a fair amount of power coming out of here. Yeah. Okay, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the power here. Thank you, autosave. Probably lifting it up over this path is best. Or do I lift the path over the power? Let's lift the path. I'm going to need more explosives as well. I'm going to need to widen this out. Let's do that first. Let's get that set up first. Okay. So we want to come up. Oops. Don't need that one. Thank you. We'll need to come up like that. And then like that. Okay, so these need to come down 4 tiles. These need to come down 3. And that'll only need to come down 1. Okay, right, we'll get that in. That shouldn't take too long. We'll start up this end with the power wheels. Where do we want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be the first one. That'll be the second. And we need to cut the path there, I think. So, 1 there. 1 there. Yeah, that should be right. I think that's right. Let me just pause and double check. Yeah, so that's how it's going to be laid out when it's finished. And obviously the power coming down through this section here. And we'll want this opened up so we can actually get to it and build it without any problems. Yep, that's fine. Okay, good, good, good. Right, well, let's get rid of those for a second, because we don't want those in there just yet. In fact, no, that's actually fine. We can put those in, can't we? Yeah, we'll get that done. Right, I will spin on one more time. I'll come back briefly. No, I won't come back at the end of the bad tide. We've done fine. Still 5,500 water, still 12,000 food. Yeah, none of that is a problem. So I won't bother coming back at the end of the bad tide, which will be in the morning. What I will do is just spin on until this first line is connected up. And then I'll be back and we'll see how much power we get out of that first row. Day 10. Played on for a little bit. Our Repopulator is definitely well on the way. We're just waiting for the last 400 treated planks now. So we're good for metal blocks, we're good for gears, it's just those treated planks we need. We have 118 in stock, so we are keeping up with the demand for them, which is great. Everything else is going okay. I've put in a couple of scratchers here and there. I put in another motivatorium over in this district here. Because a few people were complaining they couldn't get access to one. If we have a look at our well-being, obviously the Repopulator is the big drop at the moment. Campfires and rooftop terraces, we could do with a few of those scattered around by the looks of it. Let's have a look. We've already got 2 over here. We've got 2 over here. 1 over here. I mean, I suppose we could put another one in over here, couldn't we? Why not? All right. let's pop it in there. And we'll bring the path up from that. Where are we? Rooftop terrace. There you go. You can have one of those. And oh, let's have... yeah, let's have a brazier and a beaver bust just outside it there. Hopefully that will cheer you up as well. Campfire there, campfire there, campfire there. Campfire there. Can we get another campfire in around here somewhere? Oh. Perfect. Get in there. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'll get rid of that bush on a high priority. And we'll put a beaver statue or something in there as well. Put a clock in there. Beaver statue will reach it. Beaver bust will reach it. Yeah, let's give them a clock over here, shall we? Which way round do we want it? I have no idea. I can't see. Okay, so we want it pointing that way so they can see when they're in the campfire. They can see what time they have to go back to work. Okay, so all of that is good to go. I say our well-being is doing fine, really. It's just trying to push it up that last little bit before we get the Repopulator in, which is going to give us a boost, I would hope. But over here, as you can see, we have some water wheels in. We've got the first 2 strips done. So we'll just be able to get another, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, another 10 in along here, which is quite nice. And currently, we are producing 30,000 horsepower. That is with the full flow going through here. Yeah, that's not bad. So in theory, we should get another, what, 8,000, 9,000, something like that, off of the last bunch of wheels. Yeah, that's good. Alright, and that's something we'll do next episode. We'll leave the episode here. It's been quite a lengthy one today, but there's been a lot of explosives to set off. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. It really does help the channel out. And please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye-bye.